Stalingrad, August 1942. Smoke and the roar of German bombers filled the air. Near the tractor factory, Vera, just 18, strained to hear her commander's orders. Around her, teenage girls manned the 37mm anti-aircraft guns of the 1077th Regiment. Their faces were smeared with grease, hands gripping cold steel. They were trained to watch the skies, but now the threat came from the ground. Through the haze, German Panzers appeared, rumbling straight toward them. No infantry, no minefields, just these young women between the tanks in Stalingrad. The order came, lower the guns, aim for the tanks. Their anti-aircraft cannons meant for planes were now their only hope. The Eastern Front is often told as a clash of armies and generals, but history is made of smaller stories. When the German 6th Army reached Stalingrad's outskirts, they didn't find hardened veterans. They found the girls of the 1077th Regiment, ready to defy all expectations. Panic was not an option. In that moment, the fate of a city rested on the courage of teenagers. The world was about to witness a lesson in bravery. The girls of the 1077th weren't soldiers. They were students, workers, farm girls. They volunteered, expecting to defend the city from the air, not face tanks. Their rush training focused on shooting at planes, not armored vehicles. Their mission: protect the Stalingrad tractor factory, now producing T-34 tanks for the Red Army. The factory was a lifeline. Losing it would cripple Soviet defenses. Their anti-aircraft guns were powerful against planes, but nearly useless against tanks. Still, as the Panzers advanced, they lowered their barrels and aimed at the enemy. They had no training for this, no proper ammunition, and almost no protection. But they adapted, because there was no other choice. The girls faced the impossible, staring down tanks with weapons never meant for the task. The battle for the factory was about to begin. The German assault came fast, expecting little resistance. But the girls of the 1077th opened fire, their guns thundering at point-blank range. High explosive shells slammed into tank tracks and thin armor, sometimes disabling the Panzers. The Germans were stunned by the ferocity and accuracy of the fire. The girls' gun pits offered little protection. Every shot drew deadly return fire. With no infantry support, they aimed by eye, learning under fire. When one crew fell, others took their place. Rangefinders and loaders became gunners. They fought with a determination that shocked the enemy. They held their ground, firing until their guns were destroyed or they ran out of ammunition. Behind them was the factory, and behind that, the city. There was no retreat. Their courage turned a hopeless defense into a legendary stand. The fate of Stalingrad hung in the balance. For 2 days, the girls of the 1077th held back the German advance. The Panzers, expecting a quick victory, were stalled by fierce resistance. Every yard was fought for. The German timetable was shattered. This delay allowed Soviet reinforcements to arrive and factory workers to prepare defenses. T-34 tanks rolled straight from the assembly line into battle. The cost was horrific. Almost none of the 1077th's gun crews survived. Their positions became graves, but they fought on with rifles when the guns fell silent. The Germans eventually broke through, shocked to find their opponents were teenage girls. The regiment was destroyed, but their sacrifice bought precious time. The battle for Stalingrad would now be a brutal, grinding siege. The girls' stand changed the course of the fight. Their courage echoed through every street and factory floor. The 1077th stand is rarely told, overshadowed by the larger battle. Their actions were nearly forgotten, their recognition slow in coming. Yet their desperate defense changed Soviet tactics. Anti-aircraft crews were now trained to fight tanks. Their sacrifice shaped the Red Army's future battles, saving countless lives. The regiment was shattered, its original members almost all lost. They didn't win medals or monuments, but they bought time, the most precious resource in war. Their story reminds us that war is fought by individuals, not just armies. The girls of the 1077th were ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances. Their courage was born of love for their home, not military training. They are the forgotten heroes whose bravery shaped history. Their legacy is measured in the hours they gave Stalingrad to survive. The 1077th Regiment's story teaches us that courage knows no boundaries. Sometimes, it's a teenage girl facing a tank with the wrong weapon. Their stand blurs the line between soldier and civilian, showing the totality of war. The defense of Stalingrad was a collective effort: factory workers, students, daughters. The girl's sacrifice is the spirit of Stalingrad: impossible odds, unbreakable will. History often forgets the individuals, but their acts decide its course. Vera and her comrades remind us that history is made by people, not just armies. Their story is a testament to human resilience and the power of ordinary people. We must remember the faces behind the statistics. The girls of the 1077th prove that the will to defend one's home can change the world.